Hey, good evening, Fox 10 News viewers on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. This is reporter Tyler Fingert. I am on Airport Boulevard right near I-65. Right now there is a protest going on in the service road area, the I-65 service road area. We're right near like that Shell gas station. You can kind of see that just a little bit off into the distance right there. But the protest not happening there, just happening in the parking lot of where Babies R Us used to be. You still see the sign over there a little bit. But there's quite a few people here this evening. We got reports of it, probably about 100 or so folks. I'll zoom in a little bit we're trying to keep our space, maybe a little less than 100. But a decent crowd out here this evening. And what I could hear them chanting is "No justice, no peace." And while you can see there are cars going by right now, you can hear horns being honked, I guess in support of what these protesters are saying and what their signs say. Just so you know, as I zoom in a little bit, I have not been able to read all of these signs, and we're not able to, I'm not sure what we'll be showing. You'll see a police officer right there, but I'll zoom in and just show you what some of these signs say. Justice for murder is one. There's a police siren there, I just heard. Some of the other ones, you can see several signs off into the distance here. No justice, no peace. That is the chant they have been saying. I'm going to zoom out. You can see Mobile police officers right there, several of them on foot. They are monitoring this. They had some police units blocking off roads in this area, but they have since removed those units from the roadblocks. I guess they were there was concern that they may get into the road, and they were trying to keep people safe. So they did close the road for a little bit of time. But this is, again, a much smaller protest than what was happening earlier today in downtown Mobile. You may have watched it on our air on fox10tv.com or on our Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube channels, our News Now feeds. But now we are showing you this protest that is happening in West Mobile. We're on right near the I-65 Airport Blvd area. And we are just keeping our distance tonight, just so we're not in the thick of it. We're a little ways away just to be safe. In case anything does happen, that's not expected or anything like that. But you can see probably about a crowd of 100 or so people here on Airport Boulevard, or the service road, but right near Airport Boulevard. Some more people joining by the moment in this area as they try to make their voices heard tonight here in Mobile, joining a nationwide string of protests and situations where people are wanting their voices heard. I'm not sure. Someone's crossing Airport Boulevard right now. I'm not sure if that's a protester or somebody here for this this get-together protest, or if that's just, I'm not sure there. Mobile police are watching him right now, but you'll see a lot of folks right now. You're staring on your screen, a lot of folks out here waving their hands, holding signs, trying to make sure their message is heard tonight. Lots of people out here on Airport. We were hearing about this for several hours, that they were planning to come out here, and in fact you do see them here, and lots of horns being honked. The way to right the wrong. That's what's, it's hard to read some of these signs with them being moved so quickly. But there are several signs out there. Lots of people holding signs. I'm just trying to hear what the chant is right now. It still does sound like it's no justice, no peace. You see a sign right there, Black Lives Matter. And that does seem to be the theme of this protest that were happening today, the march that was downtown, that people are trying to call for change in these situations, and they are out here tonight aiming for that. And you'll see it looks like a poster with some pictures of some of the people they are protesting for. And for the most part, I mean, I happened to pan down accidentally on with our camera here, but you'll see most of the people are out of the road. I mean, take a look. They are not really in the road here. They are right on the edge, and police are watching that because they want to make sure everyone stays safe. So I'm going to pan back up. But so everyone really staying off the road. So this is a very peaceful protest just to show their faces out here there and make sure their message is heard. And for those of you just joining us here on Facebook Live, Twitter, and our YouTube channels, our Fox 10 News Now stream, we are on Airport Boulevard, right near the I-65 service road area. So we're just like right near I-65. It's just right behind me here. But a good gathering of folks, about 100 or so here, protesting, trying to get their voices heard. Sorry, there was someone who was driving by. I have my window down so I can hear what, just for reference, we are parked right now, but I had my window down and I could hear someone screaming. I was not sure what that was. But lots of folks out here tonight, about 100 or so, not trying to give any I had my window down and I could hear someone screaming. Sorry, just pulling up our Facebook page if anyone had any questions about what is happening out here, and I'll read some of those things and point them out if anyone has any questions about that, what is happening out here. Again, Airport Boulevard, where this protest is happening is right on the I-65 service road, so I'll just pan out real quick, or zoom out real quick. You'll see Airport Boulevard off to the left side of the screen, the I-65 service road right there, the Shell gas station just beyond them. So if you know this area, this is right near I-65. And this one, police are here. They are monitoring it. They have not closed any roads, so they had closed roads but have reopened it. And they are basically just trying to have their voices heard out here. It does seem that is what they're doing. So far, they have not blocked any roads since I have been on scene for about the last 15 or so minutes. And most of the chanting I'm hearing is no justice, no peace. You'll see that they do have some signs that they are holding. A lot of folks out here, about 100 or so with the signs. About 100 or so people are out here from my angle. I haven't been able to get another angle of this, just from a guesstimation of just how deep it looks like it goes back at maybe about 100 or so people. A couple of them have signs. You'll see them being held up. Looks like one says, "Please can't breathe." Justice for murder. Some other ones, we are trying to make sure, I'm trying to make sure that there's nothing with an expletive on it, because we don't want to show that on here, because that is not, I'm trying to keep it clean here on our Facebook page, Twitter, and our YouTube channel. And one of our commenters here on Facebook said that they are protesting peacefully, and yeah, that is the case. They are here. Police are monitoring it. They are letting them have their freedom of speech, which is allowed in the Constitution, giving everyone with the Bill of Rights, allowing them to do these peaceful protests. And police, if you heard Mobile Police Chief Lawrence Batiste earlier today, he is not against that. He wants, people can do their protest. He just calls for peace and calls for people to remain calm and stay calm. And I'm sure if he was here, he would say that this protest is exactly what is fine in his terms, because police are there. I'll just zoom out and show you. Just panned across the I-65 between Airport Boulevard and I-65 Service Road. You'll see There are multiple police units here, maybe about 10 or so, maybe a few more. There are some with helmets on. Let me zoom in. Yeah, you'll see some have their helmets on with that. It looks like maybe some riot gear just in case. They are monitoring this. They do not want these people to end up going on to Airport Boulevard trying to shut down a road, because this is a very major thoroughfare here. So they are monitoring this, but this is very peaceful. Nothing really happening. I mean, look at, no one's really in the road, maybe just a few people on the little edge. No one's blocking the road. So police aren't going to do really anything about this. This is a peaceful assembly, maybe a little different than what has been seen in other parts of the country. That's why, but police are out here monitoring that situation, and I'm sure at this point they don't expect to have to do anything if it stays like this the rest of the night or however long these folks decide to stay out here. I can hear some horns honking right now for these protesters who are out here, I guess either in support or against. I'm not entirely sure, but with the fact that some of the people who are here seem to be excited, they are taking it as people who are in support of what they are doing out here. And so, for those of you joining us here this evening, we're going to have updates on Fox 10 News starting at 9 p.m. tonight. We have our Sunday evening newscast run from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. And we have our weekday evening anchors in, Lanice and Byron. They will be leading off our coverage. We have my colleagues in downtown Mobile, weekend anchor Michael Warwick, and Fox 10 News reporter Morella Porter is downtown. I am here in West Mobile at this protest. We got reports of this, so we wanted to come out here to be able to bring you the news of what is happening here in your community throughout all of this. And again, I do want to point this out because we're remaining very, very civil and very peaceful, and that is what I assume most people who put these things together, that's what they're hoping for, to be able to share their message, and that prompts us to come out here, especially when there's a large gathering like this, to be able to show you what's happening. And the people who probably started this are hoping for peace, because they can get their message out there. Obviously, we'll be out here no matter what happens. Our goal to show you what's going on. You'll see they're not in the road. They are staying on the grassy median just off there. Police, though, are monitoring it. MPD does have numerous officers out here. You'll see just off to the right side of your screen now. They are some of them have helmets on that appear to be riot gear type of helmets, so that they can be ready in case there is some sort of confrontation. It doesn't appear that is going to happen at this point. MPD, though, does not, and I will repeat this, MPD does not want any of the protesters to make their way over here, which is Airport Boulevard, very busy, because that is a safety hazard, not only for the people who are out of their vehicles on the road, but also if there are drivers there. So the goal all around is keeping everyone safe while allowing them to have their right to assemble and share their thoughts on what is going on in our country. And that does seem to be what these folks here in Mobile this evening seem to be doing that very peacefully. Oh, multiple MPD units just rolled up with their lights on. I'm not sure why they need for some extra units just showing up with their lights. I didn't hear any sirens, but I'm not sure if something happened or if this is just for a crowd control issue, that they just want to make sure they have enough officers here. Should something happen, you can see their lights going right now. They're going into the shopping plaza here with the restaurants, which are open right now. Not sure if anything happened, if it's related to this, why these officers are out here. You would have to assume just because of the amount of folks out here. Again, about 100 or so in showing up here this evening. Oh. Not sure if they're okay, so police have now... Oh, so people are running. I'm not sure what just happened there, but some people started running around. The police officers with the helmets on, you'll see them right there, came about halfway again through the road. So now it looks like the I-65 service road may be getting ready to be shut down. I'm not sure what happened that prompted this, that got the officers to move forward. I'm not sure if there was any threats. Again, we're staying our safe distance away to bring you these live pictures right now here on our Facebook page, Twitter, and YouTube channels on our Fox 10 News Now stream. It does appear they are going to begin traffic control and try to, I guess maybe people are getting into the road is their concern. I mean, you were watching, there were a few people who were stepping off that barrier, the grassy area onto the road, but they weren't stepping in that far. I'm not sure if that was just enough of a concern for MPD just to, again, shut the road down. You'll see, I believe, yeah, the officer right here now looks like trying to close this area off just so that they can make sure everyone stays safe. I'm not sure if that is what prompted this. There is someone in the road here. I'm not sure. It does look like it's a photographer for one of our, for the newspaper possibly, because it looks like he has a DSLR there. But some folks, again, out here protesting on Airport Boulevard, the I-65 service road area. The goal here for MPD to keep everyone safe while also allowing folks to have their right to peacefully assemble and share their First Amendment rights share their opinion out here. So the police now going back across the street. Probably that did touch some nerves, which is why those maybe people did run because of that. It's hard to show you this shot right now because of the flashing blue light, and it's dark out, but just beyond that flashing blue light, that is where the MPD officers are. It looks like they may be meeting and share what they're doing, but the road definitely getting busier on Airport. Not sure if that's because people are just coming out here or if it's just a Sunday night for folks. You'll see a lot of folks on this westbound traffic here on Looks like there are more MPD officers arriving. That truck wasn't here. The MPD white van was not here about 5 or 10 minutes ago, so it does appear more units may be arriving here just to be able to keep the peace here in Mobile. I have reached out to MPD to see if they have any sort of plan with this, how they're handling this. I have not heard back yet. As soon as I get that, of course, we'll let you know. I hear some cheering from some of the folks who are out there this evening. I can hear horns in the distance. It does sound like they are cheering on those people who are supporting them by honking their horn. So the folks have been out here for probably about an hour, maybe more at this point. We were first notified about this, and we came on out here just to allow people, or just to be able to show you what is happening. It does appear that MPD is trying to limit the number of people coming here to this. They have blocked off the parking lot where most of these people have parked, I guess in an effort to stop more people from coming, because I guess maybe that's the concern, that watching our coverage is going to maybe prompt more people to show up, and I'm not sure if that is why MPD is limiting the number of people in the parking lot there, or if that's just more of a safety thing. But there are restaurants that are open here right now, so that this may be actually hurting some business for some of those places, for some of those dining establishments. Again, for those of you just joining us here on Facebook, reporter Tyler Fingert here in West Mobile, right at Airport and I-65. There is a protest going on right now, just on the I-65 service road, literally right near the highway. And lots of folks out here. I would estimate maybe about 100 or so, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. It's hard to judge from this angle because I have not gotten closer, just because we're trying to keep our distance from folks, but also at the same time trying to tell their story. Oh, it looked like there was almost just an accident with a police officer unit and another car. Again, that specific incident I just referred to, the police unit and the other car. They're trying to keep people out of the parking lot. More people are trying to show up and arrive in there, and they're trying to, I guess, limit that. But just to give you a look, this is the protesters on this side. Police are over here. They do have a few in the road, or one in the road right now, and then another two walking over to the little grassy area. I'll talk about them in just a moment, but the one in the middle here is one of the traffic control officers trying to make sure that everyone stays out of the road and can stop a car if they need to pretty quickly. Sorry about that. We were just coordinating coverage for our 9 o'clock, which is about 25 minutes away. We'll have live team coverage coming up on Fox 10 News at 9 p.m. to bring you the very latest on all of the day's events here in Mobile and across the nation. And we will be doing that with my colleagues, Morella Porter in downtown Mobile, Michael Warwick, along with our weekday team, Lenice Lagan and Byron Day, anchoring from our studios and from home, just to bring you all the very latest information about what is happening out here. We are in West Mobile, just for those of you just joining us here on our Fox 10 News Now stream on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We are on Airport Boulevard, right near I-65. I'll just zoom out to give you a look real quick, since nothing much is happening. It's a very peaceful protest right now. So if you know this area, we're just off the highway immediately behind me, Airport Boulevard. Right now, pretty quiet, it does seem. But this is the protest right here as I slowly push our camera in. We're in one of our Fox 10 News Now trackers, vehicle trackers, which has a camera on top to be able to give you these pictures. We are parked a little ways away just to be able to keep our distance from folks, not try to keep everyone here safe and out of harm's way here. But you'll see most people are staying, for the most part, staying on the grass. I'll pan down a little. Everyone on the curb, staying out of the road, holding signs, cheering and screaming and chanting all lives matter, Black Lives Matter, and different chants of what their message is. And just across the street from these protesters are Mobile police officers, some of them in what appears to be, I just from my standpoint of working here in Mobile, I've not seen Mobile police officers have these on. It does appear to be like what I guess would be considered riot helmets, but that does appear to be the only gear they are wearing. I'm just trying to see. Earlier today, if you were watching our coverage on our website or on any of our social media platforms or even on our channel, Fox 10, you did see at different points what appeared to be gas masks that the officers had in their hand. I don't see that here, so I guess there may not be that much of a concern that they may have to use anything in this situation. But we have reached out to Mobile Police. I have reached out to Mobile Police, but I have not heard back yet. Obviously, they do have their hands full today with the different protests that have been going on. But you can see as I pan back over, one that looks like a street sweeper blocking the view right now, but about 100 or so protesters are here in West Mobile doing their constitutional right to protest, to share their opinion. And as long as this remains peaceful, it does appear Mobile Police will let these people do this because it is a peaceful protest and people are staying out of the road, which is what, for the most part, Mobile Police would be asking to not only keep them safe, but also keep the drivers safe, because if they get into the road, they'll have to probably shut the road down, try to get them all back into this area. And for the most part, since I've been out here, we've been on this stream for about 33 minutes now, according to my phone. And for the most part, it has been pretty quiet out here. There was a moment, it did get a little tense just from where I was stationed. I'm about 100 yards away or so, give or take a little bit. And about 3 police units showed up with their lights on and went into the parking lot. At that point, there were some of these officers over here, which I'm now panning to, the ones on the grassy area between Airport Boulevard and the 65 service road. They crossed over to about halfway. It looked like they may have gone a little bit further too. And all of a sudden you saw several people run. Some of them ran into the half-shell oyster house over here. Others just ran back into the parking lot. I'm not sure if there was a concern that something was going to happen. It didn't appear anything happened from my view, and I didn't hear anything that sounded like anything was deployed or anything happened. But again, all those people then filed back in to get onto the curb again, to then hold up their signs, to cheer and chant as they are doing what, by all accounts, would be considered a peaceful protest. For those of you just joining us here on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube on our Fox 10 News Now stream, it's about 8:42 or so, and our 9 o'clock newscast will begin at 9 o'clock, so we're about 18 minutes away from that. We're going to have a full wrap-up of the day's events here in Mobile, including the protest downtown, which did appear to, at one point, have tear gas used. We're not sure. It did appear to be tear gas. Mobile police didn't officially confirm that. I don't believe, I've not seen an email to our newsroom that said that was officially tear gas, but our reporter on scene, Michael Warwick, did call it tear gas, and he had to get away from that area because of what was deployed by Mobile police officers to try to get people away from the I-10 on-ramp earlier today. So this is definitely a lot calmer, a lot quieter, and a far cry from what is happening in different cities across the country. When we showed on our morning show this morning and yesterday morning, we were showing different pictures about what was happening across the country. Phoenix, Minneapolis, I believe Denver as well. There were multiple cities with protests, some of them getting I guess what would be considered violent. There was looting happening in different cities as well. This, right now, what you are watching, is nothing like that. This is a very peaceful protest, what is happening out here. They are staying off the road. Does appear to be following all of MPD's requests here to keep not only themselves safe, as in the officers, but also these people who are out here. So I just heard back from Mobile Police Chief Lawrence Batiste. I was just texting with him. He was telling me, I was asking him what the goal was, and I asked him, I assume it's to keep them safe, but also out of the road. And he said, yes, that is the goal, to be able to allow what is happening, this peaceful protest, for them to share their thoughts. So it does appear Mobile Police will allow these protesters to stay out here. I'm not sure if it'll be as long as they want or for quite a while, just to be able to have their First Amendment right of free speech. So this could continue for quite a while, depending how long these people want to stay out here. As long as they stay peaceful, Mobile Police most likely will not be stopping them. But if tensions do rise and things change in the atmosphere, that could obviously be something that Mobile Police have to look at, possibly trying to get people to go home. But that is not the case. Excuse me. Excuse me. That is not the case at this point. I'm not sure if you can hear off into the distance. I have my window down right now, and you can, I'm actually inside one of our vehicles, our Fox 10 News tracker, which has a camera on top of our vehicle. But just I have my window down, I can hear a Mobile Police vehicle that is constantly honking. You can hear what it sounds like, the siren going. That is because, I've mentioned it a few times, they do appear to try to keep people out of the parking lot. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought there. I'm going to just power down my mic real quick, but we're going to keep this shot up. I'm going to get ready for our 9 o'clock newscast. I may be back on this stream before we keep it, but we should be keeping it going for a little while longer, and we will keep you up to date. Remember, Fox 10 News at 9 p.m. starts in just about 15 or so minutes. We have live team coverage. Weekend anchor Michael Warwick is covering this story along with Morella Porter and myself. We'll have live team coverage for the day's events here in Mobile. But again, we're going to keep this shot up, but I'm going to just turn off the mic for just a couple of moments.